checklist 7 are you talking about? YouTube, what is going on? We are just getting started on FBA Q&A. We got the TikTok live right here. And we are just getting started. Also, y'all, we're going to do live product research on TikTok and YT Live today. If the last video that I posted, the 0 to 1 mil video, gets 20 likes before we hop off TikTok Live. So if you guys want to see live product research, it's not a live goal today. It's actually a like goal on the last post that I made. What up, Zay, in the YT Live? YT is the app with the little red play button for those of you who are like, what is he talking about? For target invoice to get products ungated, it says it has to show manufacturer address. Yeah, technically to get ungated, guys, like these methods of like Target and Walmart, you guys notice how like so many arbitrage and wholesale sellers get their accounts deactivated or suspended and all of that. I'm not saying that this is the reason, but a section 3 violation comes with not necessarily following something that Amazon told you to do. Officially getting ungated from these brands is a official invoice from a wholesaler or distributor. That's why it's asking you for that information, my friend. Jawad, thank you for sharing the live. 4chan, thank you for sharing the live. Appreciate both of you. Mr. Azim, thank you so much for the follow in the TikTok live. Had a talk with Adam today. It was very good. Let's go, Zay. Wait a second. Zay, if I'm not mistaken, did you not? Let me see if I'm thinking of the same person. Zay, did you not join the program today? The mentorship? Or the last name is ringing a bell. If you did, if that was you, welcome to the program, my guy. Very excited to have you in there and for you to get started on your Amazon FBA journey. Working on some real estate stuff right now, Luke. Planning on rolling that cash into AMZ. All right, as long as it's not Section 8, dog. No, I'm just playing. I'm messing with you. He said I did. Let's go, Zay. One of the newest members of the AMZ Masterclass mentorship, and I am happy to have you in the program, brother. To buy products from a manufacturer or distributor, will you need an LLC? No, you can start as a sole proprietor, as I did when I first started. I like the LLC route better because it separates you, the person, and your business entity. As a sole proprietor, you are mixed together. Also, y'all, I'm going to be checking the last TikTok video. If we get to 20 likes, we are going to do live product research. We are a bit of ways away, so I don't know if we'll get it. If we don't do live product research. But if you guys want to see it, make sure you go drop a like on that. It's actually an update to the 0 to $1 million series. A lot of you guys have been asking what's good with the update. So today I made like 4 videos in my drafts that are in my drafts. Going over that. And if you don't know, I'm taking a brand new Amazon seller account from $0, which it's currently at, to $1 million in sales and documenting every step of the journey. The best mentor. Luke is the best teacher in general. I appreciate you, bro. God bless. I need a mentor. You've come to the right place. Yo, Luke, how are you? What are your students' PR? PR? What do you mean PR? Products, success percentage. I have a average of the misclick. No worries. I have an average of the success rate on the criteria that I use and teach. The issue with getting a 100% accurate success percentage on my the mentorship is that not every student tells me that they launch. Not every student tells me when they succeed. Not every student tells me when they fail. So you have to think some people literally just get the mentorship. They'll ask me questions here and there, but they're not necessarily like going and be like, hey, look at my sales, look at my sales. That's some students. And then same thing, there's some students who will say, hey, bro, you know, something, well, this actually doesn't happen very often, but I tried XYZ and it's not working. So you get some percentage, but then you have some people who, I had a student who launched a product, it didn't work out. They launched another product. It was successful. I didn't hear about any of that until 10K a month in to their second successful launch. So not everybody is keeping up with the journey. That being said, it's about a 70% success rate and not losing money on the criteria that I use and teach. Positive vibes only. I like the name. Let's go. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Hi, bro. Amazon is asking additional $2.99 fee to move products from one warehouse to another. That is the inbound placement fee, stranger. If you send all of your products to one warehouse, you will incur the inbound placement fee. You can avoid the inbound placement fee if you send your products to more than 4 fulfillment centers. It's a change that they made in 2024. It's an avoidable charge, assuming that you have at least 5 boxes of 5 units of your product. If you don't have that, then if you have like an oversized unit and it's only 1 unit in a box, then it's going to be unfortunately difficult to avoid that. How long did it take you to get your first pay? I just sent my first boxes to Amazon. It was like a couple weeks after selling. Amazon pays you every 2 weeks, but there's also something called the account level reserve, where they're going to hold an X amount of your funds to account for things like advertising, returns, FBA fees. What should I watch in the curriculum before booking my one-on-one call? I already have a product, but I need to optimize it. Zay, I would watch all of the listing sections, like product optimization sections. I would watch the entire PPC Masterclass and PPC sections. And then I would watch, post in the FB group, bro, and ask that question just so that I can actually send you the specific lessons for you to go watch. I have some Zoom lessons that are recorded in there that I think would be really helpful for you optimizing your listing, potentially your images. And then from there, because the reason why I tell people to go through that before booking a call is because you're going to get a lot of context that I'll probably otherwise tell you on the call if you don't, right? So I want you to make the most out of your one-on-one call with me. How long? I answered that. Do you recommend a beginner to start private label or arbitrage? I recommend you starting the business model that you are most interested in. If it's arbitrage, do arbitrage. If it's private label, do private label. Just know that it's not a progression thing. It's not like I'm going to start here and then build up to here and then build up to here. They're completely different business models. So there's really not much that you're going to learn that's going to translate to the success of either one of those business models. Like a misconception is, oh, I'm going to start with arbitrage and graduate to private label. Well, yeah, you can do that, but how good? Oh, well, I'll give you access right now, brother. You're going to have to relearn the steps. Just accepted you, Zay. Realizing that's not sure. Well, I'm not going to dox that. Never mind. Also, y'all, make sure that you go show some love to my last couple TikTok videos. I posted some absolute gems today. Last video is the next part in the series where I'm taking a brand new Amazon seller account from 0 to $1 million in sales. I said if we get that video to 20 likes before I get off live, that we will do live product research on TikTok, show you guys my exact method on how I find successful products to sell. If we don't hit that goal from the TikTok live members going and hitting like, I can track it, then we will not do live product research. Second to last video is why you should not fear taxes when starting a business. Taxes are the boogeyman in the sense of so many people are like, oh, I don't want to start a business because then I have to pay taxes. And if you make more money, you're going to have to pay taxes. And if I increase my income bracket, I'm going to have to pay taxes. That means you're making more money. Should be nothing to be feared. Also, you're not going to be the one filing your own taxes. Taxes are not to be feared. They should. I actually don't think any business owner likes taxes. I'm sitting here listening to everybody I know who has a 9-to-5. And they're like, yeah, I filed my return. I'm going to get this much back. I'm going to get this much back. And I'm like, oh, man, I wish I could get something back. No, but we get to play a different game that I'm blessed to be able to play. I, would not ever want to be W-2'd. And then third to last video is why you should never give up on Amazon seller support. Probably the least fun part of selling on Amazon is dealing with them, but you never give up, and I go over why in that video. Woo Store, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. Walmart Marketplace opinion. I have products on Walmart Marketplace. I despise it because it's just the worst platform. It's very underdeveloped considering Walmart's a multi-billion-dollar company. But yeah, I think it's important to be omnipresent. Who knows? You can list your products there and they might take off on Walmart, and now you just created another revenue stream for your business. So you would never know that unless you listed your products there. That goes for Shopify. That goes for TikTok Shop. You're going to have your base pillar platform, the one that matters the most, but I was about to say my full government, LOL. I am a profit. No, nice. I like it, bro. My brand registry app getting rejected. It says AI images, but my images are real. What to do? Take different images, put a hand in the image to show that they're not. Take it on a desk, a different background, so it doesn't look like it is. It actually is very annoying that Amazon just has a computer look at all of these things. I mean, they have to with all of the submissions that they get. But yeah, it's almost like the computer or whatever AI they use is actually terrible, because I think more often than not, people get denied the first time than not. Don't worry about it. Like I said, go watch that third to last video that I posted on my page. It is not as big of a deal as you think when you get denied with something, even when Amazon tells you that they can't do it. Why do sellers get banned? Private label sellers generally don't get banned. It's usually arbitrage and wholesale sellers who are doing something incorrectly. So whether that be, a lot of the little gray area tricks on like getting approvals or the business information that you put in, where people are trying to like avoid one thing, ends up causing problems down the line later. If you stick by the book and don't do anything wrong, Amazon's not going to ban you. They're not just in the business of banning people. John group. He didn't. I didn't get that request, bro. It was just you. But when he does, just let me know and I got you. Let's get it. Also, let's see. Are we going to get to that goal? I don't know if we will. So also, if you guys want to see live Amazon sales for the day, be sure to, let's get to 2K likes on the TikTok live, and I'll show live Amazon sales. Do you do FBA or FBM? FBA, bro, 9 times out of 10, FBA is a better business model than FBM. Doesn't actually make sense to do FBM in most cases, because you're going to pay just as much as you do with FBA, and then you have to do all of the work. You don't get Prime. Your listing converts worse. I listed my product as generic. I heard it's impossible to change generic to your brand name. Any advice? It's literally not impossible. Whoever told you that it's impossible, either Amazon told you that it's impossible and they're just incorrect. I'll tell you why in a second. Or B, you heard from somebody else that it's incorrect, and if you heard from them that it's incorrect, then they are also don't know what they're talking about. I've said this before. I actually went on a whole rant about it on yesterday's live. All information that you guys hear on the internet is not created equal. Now, how can I say if Amazon tells you that it's not possible, it's still possible? Luke, how can you make such a claim? Well, because I've done this multiple times. I have mentorship students at scale who have done this multiple times. And so what's going to happen is Amazon will likely tell you, sorry, it's against our brand name policy for us to change a brand name. I encourage you all to actually go read it so that you know that I'm not just pulling this out of thin air. There's nowhere in Amazon's brand name policy does it say that they can't change the brand name if you're the original brand owner. So you let them know, hey, there's actually nowhere, I read the whole brand name policy. There's nowhere in there that says that you can't change this. And then you explain that this is my product, this is my brand name, send them the pictures that are required with the FNSKU, and tell them that it's actually misrepresenting the product or brand by not having it displayed there. I actually talked to a rep who was kind of explaining this a little bit more in depth, and long story short, somebody higher up, not like there's levels, right? So not the head honcho, but somebody along the ranks at Amazon pretty much told everybody that this is going to the procedure that we're going to take for this matter. Meanwhile, it's not actually correct. It's not per their guidelines. It's not per what Amazon themselves, the company, is actually saying. And so every single time, there has not been a single time that this has happened. Every single time Amazon has said you cannot change your brand name because it's against policy, whether to me or my students, we've been able to get them changed. I have not gone through a time yet where this hasn't been the case. Are you doing private label or wholesale? Private label, my friend, the best business model on Amazon, without a doubt, by far. 10G, thank you so much for the follow on TikTok. How do you have your own freight forwarder? Pretty much through contracts with some third parties, and we were able to create, through some agreements with some third party companies, we were able to create our very own freight forwarding service, the AMZ Masterclass Freight Forwarder. Pretty much just creating partnerships with people, having connections. What's the approach you take to change the ASIN from generic to brand name? Contact Amazon seller support, tell them to change it, send them pictures of all sides of your product with the brand name and FNSKU on it. What are your thoughts on not doing wholesale if I have connections? To a lot of distributors. If you have the connection, that's actually where I think wholesale can be beneficial if you do have the connections. Most people don't have the connections. Have you ever sold a private label brand or company? I have. I made an exit on the very first brand that I had. I actually sold the IP of that brand, which I guess is every sale of a company, right? But it was mainly targeted towards the IP. Let's go. Are you Middle Eastern? Yes. 100% Egyptian. Born and raised in beautiful Southern California. That is where I reside. But my whole family is from Egypt. Do you guys notice me rocking back and forth? Now that I said it, you're probably going to notice. But I just realized I do it from Iraq over here. Let's go, brother. That's what's up. Also, y'all, if we get the last video that I posted, the 0 to 1 mil video, to 20 likes, I'll do live product research on the live, but we have to get that in the next like 20 minutes or else, the live will end and we don't do product research. Into Masri. Yes. My Arabic is not so great, but I knew what you were saying there. They require barcode for ASIN, for brand registry product images. He's talking about brand approval. Am I right? Am I not mistaken? Yeah, he's talking about brand approval, Airstick. And so in that case, you do want to show the FNSKU when you're changing your listing from generic to the brand name. Amazon gives you a real hard time about doing that. If you're brand registered, then you're good. Do you have knowledge on the process of starting wholesale FBA? Like the basic fundamental knowledge. Not the ins and outs and how to fully scale the business model. Well, I guess yes, I do for the most part. The thing that I'm least familiar with with those business models is like the repricing strategies and stuff. Outside of that, for the most part, yes. But it is not my area of expertise. Private label is where I thrive and shine. So I try to stay in my lane there. Also, y'all, make sure you go show some love to the last video if you guys want to see product research. I'll give you 50% on my FBA store if you mentor me one-on-one. No, sir. But if you wanted me to mentor you, you can check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship Program in the TikTok bio. Here's the thing. Like, actually, we're not even going to break it down like that. But, people want like this one-on-one, me hold your hand and me walk you through the whole, like, get on a call with you every day. I do it with you, boom, boom, boom. But like, if you actually wanted to pay for the time to do that, you'd be in debt 6 figures before you even launched your product. That's why I created the AMZ. Also, to give up 50% of your business, brother, is insane. when you can instead just go spend $3K and get the exact same mentorship and keep 100% of your business. But that's why I created the AMZ Masterclass. It is a step-by-step guide. You have one-on-one access to me. You have access to one-on-one Zoom call with me. We do weekly group coaching calls where you're going to be able to get face-to-face time with me and ask any questions about it. Anything that you learn in the video guides is the equivalent to if you and I hopped on a Zoom call. I'm going to show you the exact same thing. So why would I spend the time to sit on a Zoom call with 300 people individually along every single lesson? Do you understand why the program becomes what it is, right? It just doesn't make sense time-wise. The value is there. If you guys want the one-on-one mentorship, if you guys want to not be proxied off to someone and actually learn from me, have the resources and things like that, the AMZ Masterclass Freight Forwarder, the PPC Masterclass, that's where the mentorship comes in. It's like, yeah, anyways, we're not going to go down that rant. I will stop asking what? How is European Amazon compared to US in potential of profit? I mean, every single marketplace has the potential to be equally as profitable. The marketplace has nothing to do with your profit because profit has to do with your cost of goods, your shipping, your FBA fees. But the European market is substantially, Europe as a whole, I guess we can't, the UK market is smaller. Germany is actually the second or third largest Amazon market. If you choose a product and it doesn't sell, do you give another one? Yeah, I would. What's the highest profit margin you have done in a month? Like 40-something% after everything. FBA fees, cost of goods, shipping, returns, PPC ads. That's also at scale at like 6 figures a month too. Let's get it. Did we get the like goal yet? The TikTok engagement has been crazy ever since the BAN on January 19. That's why we got to go get 20 likes. If you guys want to see product research on today's live, and we only have about 10 minutes to get to that like goal, go to my last TikTok video, the 0 to 1 mil series, and make sure you go drop a like there. How long should you test your product? There's not really a time limit. You should test your product till the wheels fall off, brother. It's not like, oh, 1 week, I gave it a try, I'm going to ditch it. You do everything in your power to make that product successful. That's how long you should test it. If you didn't do everything in your power to try to make that product successful, you didn't test the product long enough. 2K live like goal. Didn't I also say a share goal too? We got to get to 15 shares. I forgot what the share goal was. I think it was higher, but let's do 15. You guys can just click copy link and that counts as a share. And then we'll show some live Amazon sales for the day. Airstick, I appreciate you, brother. How much should I start with? Minimum 3K USD. You want to know what? I'm going to go on a little rant here. I actually despise the Amazon education online culture. Although I do it and it's very hypocritical, right? Weekly calls are my favorite calls. Yes, bro, same. I really do despise the internet culture of. I almost wish that there was like a rule that if you were gonna make content about something, you have to have like XY experience, because you have all these people who are spewing all this nonsense, making Amazon to the world. It's none. I don't even blame anybody, any individual. I blame the creators, making Amazon seem like it's this yellow brick road and businesses this yellow brick road. And then what does that yield? It yields a bunch of Amazon sellers who think that just because I launched a product on Amazon, I'm entitled to sales. And I should be doing 3 mil a year. I should be doing, 300K a month, 10K a month. And if I'm not, then Amazon's a scam. But where all of these creators failed everybody is they didn't explain to you properly that it's not just about launching a product, but it's all the things that you do when launching a product, how you differentiate and stand out from the competition. Are you actually adding value? And even when I say this, I'm going to share live Amazon sales. Thank y'all for the like and share goal. I appreciate you, Cass. I saw you carrying that there. But Even when I say to stand out and differentiate, I'll see some people's differentiators and I'm like, did you listen to anything that I said? This is not even different. This isn't even the best. Like, they'll launch just something different in terms of like, oh, it's not on the market, but not based on data. They pick the worst design in the market, the one that doesn't even perform the best, and they think, oh, but I'm different, so I'm going to perform well. Okay, well, there's one issue. Or, oh, I just launched my PPC ads and I'm entitled to sales, and then they go and lose thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on Amazon ads. You want to know why that happens? Because people don't make PPC, they don't fully explain PPC. Most of the people who make videos about PPC ads on YouTube couldn't even fully explain to you the path to purchase of the customer, or couldn't fully explain, if you're making this adjustment, where does your ad show up on the page? It's literally just, okay, create some keywords and then boom, the sales are gonna roll in. And I don't blame any individual seller. I blame the creators. And it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't blame that question, but that question spawned it. Like, how long should I test a product? Forever. Well, not forever. Sorry, that's the wrong answer. But you should test it until the wheels fall off. You should do everything that you possibly can to make that product successful. And most people do not do that. Oh man. And then, so this is another, I think I got to take a break from lives. I'm on like my rant mode. Why 3K, buy 3K of products, cost of goods, shipping, your images, your videos are good. Appreciate you, brother. Is it worth to start in 2025? Yes. Go watch my last video. I'm literally starting a brand new Amazon seller account. And documenting the journey, taking that from 0 to 1 mil in sales. I'm glad you're getting a kick out of your question, 51. He says, why do you have to pay for ads? It's crazy you can end up in debt with no sales and just money spent in ads. It's crazy that you expect to just start a business and get all the sales, make millions of dollars. That actually makes less sense to me than you have to pay for advertising for people to see your product. They've done that since the dawn of time. I'm sure there was some form of advertising in the Stone Age. But you know what's never really existed? Just throwing up a product, going out in the middle of nowhere and being like, okay, God, make me a millionaire. It's the equivalent of, I'm going to just throw a product on Amazon it's going to end up, because when you launch a product on Amazon, it's not on page 1. It's going to be on page 5, page 6, page 7. And then you're like, all right, God, make me a millionaire. No, you got to pay, bro, that's, again, so he says, yeah, I expect Amazon to run ads. Bro, Amazon does run ads. That's how they're the largest e-commerce platform in the world. That's why you, as a seller, you want Amazon to do all the work. You shouldn't start business, bro. You should not launch on Amazon. It's going to be a really tough road. But Amazon pays for millions of dollars in advertising, billions of dollars in advertising over the years, I'm sure, to get customers on their platform. They literally brought the customers to you. He said, I'm meant on Amazon, not Shopify. Yeah, I know. So yeah, bro, like if you want things handed to you, you shouldn't start an Amazon business. If you think Amazon is the one who should give you your success, you shouldn't start an Amazon business. If you think that you shouldn't have to spend money to make money, you should not start a business. And I'm going to go hard. This is 2025, Luke. I'm going to go hard on this whole thought of like, a lot of y'all probably, not a lot of y'all, but a lot of people probably should not start a business, because if you start the business with a certain mindset, it's probably not going to go well for you. Are you doing live research? I'm only doing live product research if the last TikTok video I get gets to a certain like goal, and we have not gotten there. We are about halfway there, and we have about 10 minutes max to get that. So probably not, but we will show live Amazon sales for hitting the like goal and share goal here. Private label, yes. Grip Sydney, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you and everybody in the live. I know I probably sound like super not nice when I say that. But I don't, I'd rather not be nice and someone be like, Luke is so mean, but I'm not going to start my Amazon business, rather than someone thinking that it's this yellow brick road and being like, I'm going to start because Luke said that if I start, I'm going to be a millionaire tomorrow. And then they start and lose thousands of dollars. And then, yeah. So this is 2025, Luke, yo. Been following you, and it seems like the project to 1 mil takes some time. Any insight why? Gene, I want to talk about something on this. It has taken some time, and I love that you brought this up. Has anybody, and being that you followed me for a while, Gene, you know the answer to the question of how long does it take to sell on Amazon? 3 to 6 months, right? Even with this insane delay that we've had problem after problem after problem after problem. We've actually gone slower than I have on most products that I've launched because of all the issues. We're still within the 6-month mark. So when I tell you guys 3 to 6 months, that 6-month mark is if you have problem after problem after problem, where you're probably going to be closer to 3 months to launch a product on Amazon. So our product is being shipped. I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek because I realized that I didn't give you guys an update on the 0 to 1 mil series for a bit. So the last video that I posted on it is a little bit behind because, spoiler, we may or may not have gotten that issue resolved. Our products are being shipped out Monday. They got picked up today. They are being shipped out Monday. 25 days or so, they will be at Amazon. And we are simultaneously getting ready for another product launch. So we will have 3 products live on Amazon, God willing, by, my goal is the end of March. Keyword evaluation, I have one I can text. Let's do live product research, bro. If it's an actual product you want me to look at, Airstick, just text me. I just didn't know there were insane ad costs to Amazon. There's not. There's ad costs to every business that you will ever start. Go start a Shopify store. You think Shopify is going to advertise for you? No, because why would Shopify lose money for you to advertise for a product that potentially sucks that you launch? They don't know whether you're going to be profitable, whether you have a good product, whether it works for their platform. Why would it'd literally be like saying, I joined the AMZ Masterclass. Luke, I was expecting you to pay for my advertising. What? So there's no such thing as an insane ad cost. You can be insanely profitable with ads. Like on this account, 8%. 8% tacos on that account. 8 to 9% is what we're spending on ads. Not even 10%. If you're not if you have a bad product, if you don't set up your ads correctly, if you have poor conversion, if you have bad reviews, you could be way above 10%. But that's going to determine on the strategy. Are you doing research live? I'm going to show live Amazon sales for us to get getting to that like goal. I don't have a Telegram group. No. If you've ever heard that I've had one, it's probably a scammer pretending to be me. My freight forwarder wants to charge me by volume weight because it's more than gross. Is that normal? Yes. Shipping goes by volumetric weight, Joshua, not just regular weight. Private label, yes. Do you have a community to join? Yes, I do. The AMZ Masterclass Mentorship Program. You guys can check that out in the AMZ Masterclass. It is not a free community. Grip, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. I like how you lay it down realistically. I appreciate you, brother. I heard arbitrage is better to start since you need more money to start private label. It's not. The internet hurts my brain sometimes. It's not better because you need. In what world is something better because you need less money? Because it requires less money. Actually, in almost every scenario in the world, things that require more money are better, right? So how is it with arbitrage that it's better because you need less money? In my opinion, arbitrage, you're creating a job for yourself and you're constantly having to source products. You're constantly having to find products. You're going to the stores. You're looking for products online. Like, that's just not the business that I want to be in. Arbitrage is a good business model for some people. Just because it costs less to start does not equal better. In fact, private label has higher profit margins even after advertising. You're able to stand out and differentiate from your competition. I don't compete on price like everybody else because I own the buy box. If you're not winning the buy box as an arbitrage seller, then what they don't tell you is you're not making sales. The buy box, that little box with the price in it, is where people buy products, just like all of you who buy products on Amazon. All the other competition on arbitrage are not on the buy box. Yes, the buy box circulates, but if you're not the one winning it, you're not the one winning. You can't stand out. You can't optimize your listing. If you go into a product that has terrible conversion, guess what? You're not optimizing anything to increase your conversion. As a private label seller, I can do that. If I'm at a 10% conversion, I can go to 20% convert. Well, not just as easy as that, but I can optimize my listing and go to 20% conversion and literally double my sales. Private label, by all metrics, is a better business model. Digital Boss, thank you so much for the follow. How you use friends to get reviews without no exaggeration. Make sure that not everybody buys it on the same day. Make sure that not everybody leaves a review the same day. Make sure that nobody that's under your Wi-Fi buys the product. Make sure that you don't send any direct links to the product. Also, y'all, we have like 3 minutes, but if we get to the like goal, make sure you go like the video. On my last video, we're not quite there yet. We will do live product research on the TikTok live today. If we do not hit the like goal, we will not do live product research. When you launch a product, do you start getting sales right away, or do you need reviews first? More often than not, you need to build up reviews and start marketing the product. Agree, building equity is the goal. Yes. Creating a brand that you own, a brand that you can sell, IP that you control. That's everything. I actually would argue that I'd rather sell things on eBay, like be a reseller on eBay, like go to garage sales, go to auction houses and just buy products and then flip it on there, than be an arbitrage and wholesale seller. I actually think it would be less work with similar return and actually way better profit margins. How do you win the buy box? It's based on price and a few other factors, but as a private label seller, I win the buy box 24/7, 365 days a year. How can you brand your name on Amazon? Is it costly? You just get a trademark to protect it. It costs about like $1,000. How to not send directly to friends, how to pay them the product price. You don't send it directly. You just have them order it from Amazon. Do you make A+ content yourself, or do you get it done from someone? I have my team do it. I have a team of graphic designers and SEO copywriters who specialize in Amazon, who create all my product listings. All of you guys can also use them at amzmasterclassoptimize.com. I second the eBay over Amazon arbitrage. Yes, I'm actually going to start talking about that. I don't know why I've never brought that up. When people talk about arbitrage and stuff, I genuinely would rather sell things on eBay than do arbitrage. Arbitrage, 10% profit margin on average, constantly sourcing. Well, if I'm going to constantly source, I'm going to go get products from pennies on the dollar at a garage sale, at an auction house, at a storage unit auction, and I will literally make 90% margins on the things that I sell. I'll still have to constantly source, but I actually love that game. Another cool thing about that game is you get to set the price of, you find a cool art piece. You don't see other pieces that have sold similar. I bought a piece of art back in the day from an auction house for $5. I flipped it for $120. My cousins, before they started selling on Amazon, they did the eBay hustle. They do private label now, or they've always done private label. They would go to these auction houses, and they brought out this lot of ducks, wooden ducks. They bought the whole lot for $120. There was like 100 or 200 ducks on there. They sold each one for $150. I would take that business model over arbitrage and wholesale any day of the week. And you can start with $20. You go down to a garage sale, you buy yourself some stuffed animals or some vintage toys, and you got to do the research. It's not just I'll buy anything, it'll sell, and you will probably make a faster or a better profit than arbitrage or wholesale. I'm going to start talking about that. I'm going to make a video about that, in fact. Thanks, Airstick, even though I said it, but for seconding that, sparked the idea. Lost, thank you for sharing the live, brother. Do you sell on Walmart? We have products on Walmart Marketplace. Oops. All right. Also, I'm supposed to show live Amazon sales. I forgot. Sorry. Thank you guys for the like goal and the share goal. If we get the last video, I don't know if we have time to do live product research, but if we get the last video, we need 6 more likes. If you guys go drop those likes, then we will do some live product research. But for now, sorry, YouTube, you guys don't get to see this segment of the live because I can't show the account name. And when I share my screen, it shows the entire account name. Also, of course, how bad do you guys want to see sales? Because if we see sales, I have to close out of TikTok for about 30 seconds to go to my Google Authenticator app, because I got signed out of the Amazon account, so I have to put in an OTP. So let's do ones in the chat if you guys do want the live to be paused for like 30 seconds and see live Amazon sales. 2 in the, or just don't say anything if you don't actually care and don't want me to. I'll let you guys decide. I wouldn't end the live. It would just be a little bit of downtime. AR, thank you for the follow. Okay, no one's in the chat, so I'm assuming nobody wants to see sales. Do you sell a minimum price? You have products to sell. I like to be with products at least $30. That's my new criteria that I use for like products that I launch nowadays. It wasn't always like that. For taxes, how do I write off the expenses of FBA fees? You're going to create an expenditure report, and you're going to break down all of your expenses, all of your expenses, all your income. You can go into your Amazon seller accounts and pull up some reports where it's going to show you your FBA fees. You'll take those FBA fees, put it on your expenditure report, and send that to your CPA. What category do you sell or have the most success in? Home decor and health and household are my 2 most successful categories. If you were starting fresh, how would you start? KMS, if you actually go look at the last video that I posted, funny that you say if I was starting fresh, I am starting fresh. I'm taking a brand new Amazon seller account from 0 to $1 million in sales, documenting every step of the journey. If I was starting fresh, I would do the exact things that I tell all of you to do. It's not this magic, like, guys, do this, but then I go do that. And it's not like this magic one little piece of information that's the reason why I'm going to go do all the huge numbers on Amazon. Nope, it's just sticking to the fundamentals. I know it sounds boring. I know everybody wants me to give that one tip where if you know this thing, you're going to be a millionaire on Amazon, but it's sticking to the fundamentals. Good product research, good differentiators, good product listing. Good marketing. Boring is good. You're right. I like that. Boring is good. Is it okay if I buy from a manufacturer and have my logo printed on the package, but you're not branded? Yes, it is. Just be careful of making sure that the logo or brand name isn't trademarked. Then you would be breaking an IP, or it would be an IP violation. How do I get around the product that has a patent if I want to launch in the market? You don't. Especially if it's a utility patent, you just don't. And you don't even want to play around with that stuff, bro. There's thousands of products to sell on Amazon. Why are you going to mess around one where you can potentially have thousands of units of inventory at Amazon and then get hit with a cease and desist, and then you're out tens of thousands or thousands of dollars? Do I need an LLC to do wholesale? Yes. FBA fees can be included in taxes. What about PPC? Yes, they're both expenses. You're paying for them. That's money that you're not making that's being paid into an expense. Always speak to a CPA, a certified tax person, for any tax questions. But advertising, cost of goods, shipping fees, PPC ads, returns, any education, mentorship programs, your images, what you pay for your images, what you pay for example, anybody who did product selection in the mentorship, product selection, any business expense is considered a write-off. Fundamentals make masters. Kobe Bryant never stopped practicing fundamentals even when he was the champ. Bro, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Kobe was, you hear the stories of he was the first one in practice, first one to leave, and he was just always drilling. How can I start if it's, or how can I check if it's already trademarked? Basic trademark search with the USPTO. Millions of product niches not worth legal stuff. Yeah. AMZ Masterclass can be included, but I need to create an incorporation first. Speak to a CPA about that. The ins and outs of that part. I know that there's more write-off opportunities with an LLC. I'm not the guy who should be preaching that to you. An official CPA should. How many lives do you do a week? Anywhere from 5 to 6 lives a week, Zay. Unless I'm like traveling or something. But Monday through Friday, almost always. And sometime, maybe I'd say like 70% of the time, Saturdays. Maybe 10% of the time, Sundays. Sundays is fam day. Is it worth spending $850 for a trademark lawyer, filing fees, or spend $850 for another product launch? Because I have one product already, 18 reviews, all 5-star. I mean, only $850 for another product launch? That seems a little bit low. I'd probably go trademark, bro. Especially if your first product is successful. If your first product's not successful, I'd maybe go products, right? How long have you been selling for? Since January 1st, 2019. Also, y'all, shameless plug. If you guys like the lives, you guys like the videos and want a more in-depth guide on how to sell on Amazon, be sure to check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship Program in the TikTok bio, the Harvard. And when I say the Harvard, I mean the Harvard of private label education. Not only $850, but that $850 could go towards another product launch. Again, same advice, bro. If your first product is not doing good, see, that's a hard one because I would say, I'd say it's contextual. I'd need more context to answer that. If your first product is doing well, then you can maybe do A+ content, continue to scale, and then use that money to fund a reorder and another product. What makes it the Harvard compared to other programs? Zay, my guy, you just joined today, so do me a favor. Go watch the PPC Masterclass. This is just one of many things. This isn't the only reason. Go watch the PPC Masterclass lessons, and then come back and ask me, or talk. Let's have a chat about the Harvard of Amazon private label education. Most video or most courses out there are just a video guide. They charge you for that, or they're going to charge you for a Discord group, or they're going to charge you, or maybe they have a lot of things like mine, but they're going to charge you double the price, right? Or they charge you double the price and you don't actually get direct access to the mentors that you want to learn from. When I started to learn to sell on Amazon, the thing that was invaluable to me was the way I was able to learn from my cousins who were my mentors. Now, something that I think is disconnected when I do tell this story is like, they weren't there holding my hand every step of the journey. It was like, hey, we teach you how to do this. We teach you how to do this. But a lot of my learning was also on like YouTube and online, because they were operating their business and I respected their time. But what I absolutely loved is that I had that one-on-one interaction with them. There was little nuanced questions that I'd be able to reach out to, or not only that, getting that opinion directly from them. They were already, I think at that point they were 7-figure sellers because they had created their second brand by then. But 7-figure sellers who were crushing it. So I was able to go and be like, oh, what do you think of how I'm going to differentiate the product? Or what do you think of this product that I'm launching? They helped me create my listing. They didn't like literally create it for me, but they helped me design a great listing. And so that was invaluable for me. I created the mentorship program in the same way, not just a video course where you get and you figure it out on your own. It's a full ecosystem. So yes, you have the video guides, but those are designed to where they're literally as if you and I were on a Zoom call. Whatever I teach in there would be like what I teach you in a Zoom call. You have that direct access to me. Luke, I have a question about this product, boom, 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 right? Just like I had for my cousins. And then all the other things that I created. PPC Masterclass alone, I've had people join from every single private label course. I say this with conviction. I'm so confident in this. This is going to be recorded and posted to YT because I'm also live there and those get recorded. I'm so confident I'm putting it on blast for everyone to hear, everyone to repeat me or hear me repeat it. Go play it back if you want it. I have had students join from every single private label mentorship program you can think of. Every single student who does says that my PPC Masterclass doesn't even compare. There's people who spend double the amount of my program. There's people who spend half the amount. There's people who spend 3 times the amount. Every single person says it doesn't compare, not to what's on YouTube, not to what they've seen other people teach, right? You have the freight forwarder that I created, where on average students save 30 to 50%. My guy Airstick, who's in the TikTok live, saved like, what was it, Airstick? Like $6,000 on his last sample order that he was getting shipped out just from using the AMZ Masterclass freight forwarder. We have product selection, where based on the criteria that I use and teach, I'll select your product for you. And again, I already said in the beginning, either some people have little pieces or they have everything. Well, I don't think anyone has everything because you don't have me and you don't have the PPC Masterclass and you don't even have my freight forwarder. My freight forwarder beats a lot of other people's freight forwarder prices. It is the Harvard of Amazon private label education, son. Are you selling in Canada and Mexico too? Some products. I was barely profitable. My first order sold out and have 300 more units on the way, 1% return rate. But you have a clear path to profitability. I'd probably get, especially with those 300 units, I wouldn't I don't know why I always blink on the things I'm trying to say. I wouldn't stretch yourself too thin. I would probably get brand registry. Did you have someone from the FBA accelerator? You'd have to tell me the creators of the course. I don't know people's courses names, but I know the people's names. I'm also not gonna dox people, I guess. But all I have to say, when I say everyone, if you think of somebody, yes, I'm not gonna dox individual courses or names of people. GripX. Again, not going to speak on anybody specific or anything like that. I'll let you, the people, decide. But I think that my PPC ad strategy is the best. I know that because I learned from the best. Do you give access to freight forwarder to only those who take your classes? Yes. Masterclass is the ultimate mentorship. Harvard, better than Harvard. That's from my boy 4chan, who's currently in the AMZ Masterclass. God bless you, brother. If you're selling in Canada and Mexico, do you pay more than US? Than in US, the shipping costs? No, not necessarily. How much is your PPC ad strat? If you just wanted that, if you just wanted that, I would do that for hop on a call with my team and find out. They'll give you a set price. I don't 100% know what we would do with the adjustments that we've made. Do you think Keep is a good way to find profitable products? I use private label. I use Helium 10 because I do private label. How can I get on a call? Check out the TikTok bio, the mentorship site, and then there's a little apply button. Go through the application and you'll be prompted to book a call with my team. Would you ever recommend hiring out PPC controller, do it yourself? Keep in mind, I have a PPC management option in my mentorship. even that being said, I recommend learning it yourself. I'm pretty decent with PPC, but want to get better. Nice. Can you say guaranteed in the bullet points? Yes, you can. All right, everybody. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the like. Oh, well, actually, we didn't get ones in the chat whether we wanted to show live sales. So I'm assuming that nobody wanted to. But with that, on that note, everybody, I hope everyone has a blessed night. What ACOS for PPC do you aim for? Bro, I don't really aim for ACOS like that. TACOS is what you have to calculate. And if you're learning about PPC from someone who's not emphasizing the importance of TACOS, that tells me enough. TACOS is total advertising cost of sale, and that's going to be what truly determines how profitable you are with your ads. You've always heard that ACOS should be under or around ACOS should be under or around your profit margin, but that's not true because that's not fully true because ACOS doesn't account for your organic sales. So you have people who will make these huge adjustments because I almost all of my accounts, my ACOS for at least some campaigns is higher than my profit margin. My TACOS for every single one of my accounts is lower than my profit margin and very profitable. So you got to track TACOS. That's important. On that note, everybody, if you guys like the lives and like the videos and want a more in-depth guide on how to sell on Amazon and to have me as a mentor, be sure to check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship Program in the TikTok bio. God bless you all. Have a blessed weekend and be safe, everyone. We'll give it a little delay because TikTok is delayed. And here we go. YouTube, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. It's been a great live. And if you guys want a more in-depth guide, Zay, again, welcome to the program if you're here. If you guys want a more in-depth guide on how to sell on Amazon and me as a mentor, check out the YouTube bio. God bless y'all and see you soon.